Good Monday morning. Time for some Monday morning motivation. There is a paradox in parenting. Those of us that grew up without a dad probably are one side of that paradox, and the other side is the over-controlling. You can have parents that try to control your lives or do everything for you, or you can have no parents or very uninvolved parents that basically leave you to yourself. When I was younger, there was a young lady in my neighborhood, and her parents were over-controlling, were very protective of her. I had some interactions with her. Sometimes I'd need to call her on the phone for school or other stuff, and her parents would almost not let me talk to her because they were protecting her from guys while she was too young, right? Well, unfortunately, their overprotectionism backfired. She, in her case, became sexually active earlier with multiple partners, and that's exactly what they were trying to avoid. That is one of the risks of overprotective parents or over-controlling parents. Today, I think the bigger risk is the other side of the spectrum, or completely uninvolved parents or completely permissive parents. For those of us that grew up without a dad, our risk is more that other one, because we've only got one parent in the home who has all the family duties on her shoulders and consequently doesn't have the time or bandwidth necessarily to be a supervising adult, right? There were times when I was growing up, if I was left to my own devices, I wouldn't have chosen to do some of the things that I knew I should. It helps to have a parent or a dad or someone to hold you responsible, to encourage you to do more than you would on your own. On our own, we'd probably prefer to, in my day it was sit there and watch Gilligan's Island or the Brady Bunch or Bonanza or whatever TV show was available. Today it's gonna be playing your Nintendo or Xbox or PS or whatever, and do it for unhealthy amounts of time because no one's holding you responsible. If you can relate to that, then I want to tell you about Stepdad Boot Camp. I chose this shirt today for a reason, by the way. Stepdad Boot Camp is going to be a 4-week experience where we have a call every week, and we have some follow-up in between those calls to help you learn 4 different focus areas, 4 different areas. First one is household tasks. Getting a schedule down where you're taking care of things like making your bed, cleaning up your room, doing some of the basic things around the house that you may not have good habits for. The second area is physical fitness. And that one includes hygiene, like a morning shave, shower, but also physical fitness, some health, nutrition, and even sleep. So that's the second one. The third one is going to be your education. What are you doing to develop yourself intellectually, to get to a higher level of knowledge and wisdom? The most powerful weapon you have is your brain. And what are you doing to work on that? That's going to be one of the areas. And then the final area is going to be money management. We're going to go over some basics about how to budget, how to take care of your money, a good plan, a good model for that. What can you do to get some income if you don't have income? If that sounds interesting to you, then go check out mystepdad.org/bootcamp. I can only take so many people because if the group gets too big, then you'll get lost in the crowd, and I don't want that. So the squad is going to be a limited number of people. But if anything that I've talked about in this resonates with you, if you know you'd do better if you had a dad or someone that was holding you accountable, showing you how, pushing you a little further than you would go on your own, then you're probably a good candidate to enlist in Stepdad Boot Camp. Ultimately, we're all responsible for our own behavior. Whether you had controlling parents, whether you had very permissive parents, absentee dad, no dad, you're still responsible for who you are and what you do now. It can be more challenging if we didn't have good role models and good encouragement. For that reason, if you didn't and you want to check out boot camp, then go do that, mystepdad.org/bootcamp. But ultimately, you're still responsible for you. Now, I hope these videos are helping you make better choices and become a better person. And I hope you'll always remember that you do have a dad that loves you. And I'll see you on the next video.